Years ago, I'd heard that Don Williams was looking for some songs for his record, and I was a huge fan of Don Williams. And so one morning I was out sitting on this little piece of land I owned, and I'd started a little fire. It was the fall, it was chilly, there was leaves started to fall. And I started this little song, and I got a verse done, and went into my publisher's office later on that day, and she had signed this new writer called Jim McBride. And Jim McBride is, he's just iconic as well, in the Hall of Fame. He wrote songs like Way Down Yonder on the Chattahoochee and Chasing That Neon Rainbow and Rose in Paradise for Waylon Jennings, and and such a humble gentleman, just a sweetheart of a man, really, and a good friend. And so I told him, I said, Jimbo, I've got this little verse. He says, let's take a listen. So we sit down there, and he's like, within a second, he's got the second verse written, and this little chorus. And the next thing we hear that Don Williams is no longer looking for his record. So we're like, well, heck, who's gonna record this? So we let the song just sit like that for years. Just two verses and a chorus. And Jim retired, and for some reason I couldn't let go of this song. I reached out to him and I said, Jimbo, I don't have a copy, but can you send me a copy of the work tape of what we had on this song? And he did. And I contacted him back, and I said, yeah, I've got to finish this song. I'm gonna piddle around with it a bit and get back with you. And so I was trying to get this third verse, and it's like, what can I say that hasn't already been said in the sentiment of the song? So I finally figured it out, and I called him up and I said, Jimbo, I've got that third verse. And he says, yeah, what did you do? I said, well, I stole two of the lines from the first verse, and I stole two of the lines from the last verse and put them together and made a third verse. And he just laughed. He's like, yeah, just like you, Hannon, just like you. This is that song. Can't stop the leaves from falling, or the whippoorwill calling. Can't stop the sky turning blue. Can't stop the sun from shining, or the moon from rising. I can't stop thinking about you. There's a million things that I could say, but they'd never be enough. One of them is how you make me feel, your love. Can't stop myself from smiling, or this heart from flying. Can't stop feeling like I do. Can't stop these arms from reaching. Baby, you're the reason. I can't stop thinking about you. There's a million things that I could say, but they'd never be enough. One of them is how you make me feel, your love. Can't stop the leaves from falling, or the whippoorwill calling. Can't stop the sky turning blue. Can't stop these arms from reaching. Baby, you're the reason. I can't stop thinking about you. No, I can't stop thinking about you. So there it is, a very simple little song that never got recorded. Jim was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and we ended up writing more songs. We had a #1 song together overseas, actually. And I went to his celebration of life a couple of months ago, and he'll definitely be greatly missed for forever. A very beloved man. He really has had a lot of friends, and gonna miss him for forever, actually. So anyway, guys, I'll be back on the road in a couple of days, and I'll be sharing some more songs and stories from there. Stay safe.